That's what I want to talk about. I'm fascinated by this stuff.
Well, I want to know about Jeffrey Epstein and them and their eugenic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're wanting
So,
to create beings that they manufacture themselves.
right. Right. So,
That's so scary. That's like Margaret Sanger level demonic. Way back when.
yeah. So they believe that the more that they can breed, just like the Nazis were breeding the Aryan race.
Right.
Okay. And that was a huge thing. They're continuing to do that, but they've taken it more secret. You know how like secret societies would get kicked out of different areas and then they just change their name and go
Yeah.
more underground and everything. That's exactly what happened after Hitler. And, the 1600 scientists with Operation Paperclip came over to the United States to
Right.
do
Run
more
various
ritual
programs.
use and experiments,
Yeah.
Right. On captive populations like Gaza.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so a lot of those children through those
Specifically American blacks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So a lot of those children through those Nazi scientists were breeders, and they were bred to have these children, and they would use them for either sacrifice or they would use them if they were gifted, and they would keep them. And with Jeffrey Epstein, everybody's so focused on the island that nobody is talking about his New Mexico ranch.
Right, exactly.
Correct.
And
That's where the eugenics shit went on.
Didn't even get nobody went in there and raided that. Why?
No.
I
Because it
didn't
was
know
the
that.
science. All that science was there.
Right.
What is the eugenics program he was doing? He was quite literally breeding people.
Trying to breed the perfect race, which would be, in the Bible it talks about the end days are going to be like the days of Noah. Well, they were doing all those genetic experiments back then, and they were doing chimeras and all kinds of different things. And that's the exact same thing that we're running into today. I was offered $1 million for my eggs, and I said no. However, I also have had issues like if you see that movie Blink Twice that Zoe Kravitz did.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of my memories were. So I know that bad things happen to me more than I can remember. And so they probably do have my eggs, And so if you look at the backyard of Epstein's New Mexico ranch, it has this great big wheel-looking garden. And if you look at Plato, that's how Plato said that Atlantis looked like, but it's also the Wheel of Giants. And that Wheel of Giants is a megalithic structure at Golan Heights of the Wheel of Giants. And a couple dozen of giants are buried there, and they believe that Og may have even been buried there, and that's at the base of Mount Hermon.
Wow. Is that why
that giant race,
Is that why that area, in your opinion, is so hotly contested? To put it mildly.
Yeah, I think
Well, isn't that where David slew Goliath?
It's where a lot of things in the Bible happen.
Yeah. The field of Armageddon is right there. If you look, because with ritual abuse, they love to do it next to streams and waterways and everything like that because it's energetic and it can take that demonic energy and pass it all the way down. And what creeps me out about Golan Heights is that all of those waterways from Gaza and Israel and all that, so you've got innocent children and women, that's blood is going into that water. And it's going all the way, and it stops and pools at Golan Heights, where the Wheel of Giants is. And if you know, like alternative texts, they talk about Bashan being the area where the abyss opens, and Bashan was Golan Heights.
So they're
I think they're trying real hard to open up the demonic portals everywhere. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I was just going to ask. Is that what
Look
they're
at the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The weather tells me a lot.
So they're doing this now. They're trying to open portals,
Absolutely.
they being the Canaanites or Satanists, whatever we want to call them,
Yeah.
to bring about the end times.
Correct.
And we're busy infighting amongst religions.
Yeah, because that was their structure, is to cause chaos into where we're fighting about politics, which, no matter what side you're on, it is the beast system,
Yeah, it's all the beast system, all of it.
So I know love stops them, but when you talk about the Jewish people, the true Jewish people, God's people in Israel, certainly them being safe in Israel does not help the satanic takeover, right? Is that why there's such attention that they have on the Jewish people in Israel? Because we're kind of in the way?
It's because they're
it's the land.
It's because, well, yeah, that's true. And that's what everything in the Western world hinges on, that there is tribal land. And that's what the corporatocracy of the Vatican and the UN want to remove from the whole world, is the right of any tribe to live atop its sacred burial grounds. They want everything. And that's what it's really about. And so if the Jewish people are, if they say that we are not the indigenous people of Judea, hello, if they could get that one overturned, then nothing's stopping them from taking over everything. And that's what they want. They want their seed, which is, the British royals. They really manufactured that one for a long, long time. They had to kill the Merovingian tribe to get where they are.
Merovingian?
Yeah.
I think we're saying that right.
Merovingian.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, it's been going on for a really, really, really long time. And, they got a lot of Jews that are with them.
Yeah.
And a lot of those Jews have power in Israel. And their number one thing is they don't think Israel should exist. And they don't like Jews that believe in God. I mean, they're communists. And, they don't believe any tribe should have the right to its own tribal homeland either. They're one-worlders.
Well, Ma, you brought up James Lindsay. He talked about communism. That's kind of his thing, James Lindsay, anti-communist. Yeah. But he says if you extrapolate the Communist Manifesto, it's Satanism. If you extrapolate anything, it's all of this really is a satanic one world government trying to open a portal to end times. And the Jews, and in my opinion, it's what I'm hearing, the true Jews in Israel and God's people, forget saying Jew, just God's people in that area are standing in their way. And that would explain so much to me of what's going on in the world today. If that's
what Torah says is the souls.
Yeah. So we'll call
Mount Sinai are standing in the way. Just like those same souls or those same, that same inspiration in those people said, no, we won't give our nose rings for you to make a golden calf.
Right.
It says that in Torah. That same inspired soul says, no, now. No, we won't worship any but our God. And they don't like that at all. They hate that. And we'll stand here in the land he gave us. We've returned. We've made it bloom. And you know what? We figured out how to make air go into water. We can make air turn into water. And we have weapons that none of y'all can touch. So deal with it, bitches.
Oh, you see, my patience is growing thin. With the